Okay, I know. Before all you trolls start complaining about how unscientific this is, and definitely politically incorrect, and I guess you could throw in some fat-shaming accusations. Just let it be known, I've heard all that before. This is my career. Is teaching people. Yeah, I'll throw in some science later. But right now, I want to just talk personally what I thought about, what popped up in my head while I was watching the news. And this idea pops up because of my specialty of diet, health, weight loss. So I have some clips coming up here on my TV. I had the news on, and this story caught my attention because, it's the first time in 70 years, and it's really unusual. So I was wondering why something so unusual is happening. And then a few seconds later, we see her picture. And, this is my area, so I couldn't help but think about it. And so you want to see what she looks like? Here's a brief clip.
A little over 6 hours from now, the state of Georgia has a big plan. It is set to do something it has not done in 7 decades. Execute a lady. This is the woman we're talking about, Kelly Renee Gissendaner. She was condemned for getting her boyfriend to murder her husband in suburban Atlanta back in 1997. Now the boyfriend, he's not getting the same treatment because he took a plea deal. And he could serve as little as 25 years before he's eligible for parole. Gissendaner, on the other hand, didn't do that. She refused the deal. And now she's exhausted every single one of her appeals in state. And if you don't think they were treated the same because she's about to die and that other guy's cooling his heels in a cell, she's the dum-dum. She didn't take the plea.
And he did. Yes.
And he did.
That's right.
There was a picture of her at the trial, I guess, and she wasn't nearly as fat. So I got to keep it 100% true here. Now, let's see. But she still was overweight. And who knows what she looked like during the crime, or her whole history. Is how diet can affect your brain. And I don't want to really reiterate here all the science I've said in other videos, but to sum it up, it's mostly diet that makes a person obese. And it's the same diet that makes you obese that's really unhealthy for you. And exactly what that diet is can get complicated, but to simplify it, it's basically a high-fat diet. It is not true that being sedentary is the cause of obesity. You have to be eating a certain type of diet, and that's high-fat. All people that are going to be executed get a last meal, and they showed what that last meal request is. Here it is.
For her last meal, you know they all get them, she's made a pretty interesting request. 2 Whoppers, I'm assuming from Burger King, 2 large fries, also some popcorn, cornbread, salad with buttermilk dressing, and a cherry vanilla ice cream for dessert. I do believe there is a budget.
No surprise here. This is the way it is. Those are the foods she eats. And that's why she's obese. Those very foods, whether it's the fat or just that it's unnatural, so it can get complicated. Those have an effect on the brain. And here's now some science.
I ate so much fat trying to hurt myself.
Right now, for your enjoyment, I would eat 5 of these double cheeseburgers.
about halfway into his speech, some signs came out.
Sit down and shut up. Chris Christie gets Jersey fresh again.
I'm a compassionate man. Are you stupid? You're in charge. Your job is to get something done.
Sometimes it's by taking somebody out and giving them a beating.
A cattle lover and a pig lover and all that stuff, but personally I don't give a shit.
Now there's some people who will try to confuse you about these foods. So let's set the record straight. Most of the calories in the cheeseburger are coming from the cheese and the burger, not the bun. And most of the calories with the French fries, people think of that as a carb because of the potatoes. But once you have fried them, most of the calories is coming from. And then you have ice cream and the dressing. I'm not only a dietary vegan, but an ethical vegan too, anti-violence. And this story does not please me at all. I do not like hearing about anyone dying or suffering. I do this to teach people and try to prevent more future suffering.
With buttermilk dressing and a cherry vanilla ice cream for dessert. I do believe there is a budget, so who knows if she'll get all that she's asked for.
Just think how little she'd get if she was a vegan. Maybe she wouldn't be there if she was a vegan. Oh, we can't say that. I was just hearing a complaint on YouTube. But, oh, you can't say things like that. I gotta be careful here and say, I'm sure there's probably one or two vegans in prison. Killers. But then they're not. That'll do it for this video. I don't like thinking about this kind of stuff for too long. Now, if you would like to avoid having problems with your brain and your life in your future, you've got to get into some healthier eating and understand what healthy eating really is, because most people don't realize the truth. And I got a whole bunch of videos that get into that, like no college will do, and like not many books do. So put me in your bookmarks and favorites drop down folder and stay tuned. Bye.